Hello, hello, my lovely Scorpios. Welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope that y'all are doing well. Scorps, you have the Destroyer, the Judge, the Empty Room, the Father, the Poet, the King, the Mentor, and Anima Mundi. Scorps, I'm like, I got a cold. I don't know. I just think that, the Destroyer, is an aggressive energy, but it's usually an energy that comes with reason. People aren't typically just like out in the streets being aggressive unless they're like hopped up on some meth or something, like they're tweaked out. But like most people aren't just actively, aggressively destroying things. And I kind of get this feeling of dealing with somebody who just like actively, aggressively seeks destruction. And I feel like the motivation behind that destruction is because that's what keeps them, keeping others down is what keeps them high, keeps them up. If I just put everyone around me down, if I just, whatever, I don't even know. There's just a sense of like destructive behavior that like lifted you up, but then I almost feel like I don't know, I feel like maybe it just drops you down. But if I'm being honest, it feels like an emotional hangover. Do you ever just feel like emotionally hungover from a situation? And I just kind of feel like there is an idea here of just like having an emotional hangover that is really just like leaving you want to like pull away from a lot of things in a really big way. The Judge, the Mentor, again, I just feel like that this card can read as like you can't be a good judge and a bad judge, like an impartial judge or a partial judge. A partial judge is not a good judge. And I feel like, again, there's just been some like destruction that's been going on around you that like really forced you to pull away, to be like, okay, but like what is that? Like, what is all of that? You know what I mean? Because until I really understand like what that was, it's just kind of like, it's not, I don't know. I just feel like it just feels extreme. It feels aggressive. It could be that you have somebody outside of you who is dealing with an aggressive energy that is affecting you, like your partner, your, like a friend. Take this how it resonates, because these are general reads, but like either way, it just feels like there's just like a lot going on that feels really like out of balance in a big way. And I feel like it's starting to destroy your peace. You're like, that's starting to touch me now. You know what I mean? Like your judgment, I feel like there's just like this, like your judgment is falling short, and now it's starting to like affect me. And I think making a decision to like, okay, like if this is affecting me, then I'm going to make sure that it comes through the other side with just like a sense of beautiful awareness. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, awareness does not ensure overreaction. I don't know. I just feel like there's, again, like this overreaction. Like dealing with somebody who's just like always overreacting. Well, I know, that's real. Well, yeah, because if you're dealing with somebody who's like, my friend, her children's father is with this woman who is just, oh my God, she's ridiculous. You know what I mean? and just like overreactive, and to the point where you like, you just kind of like, you don't trust it, that scenario or like anything that would go on with those people, because they're so ridiculous with their extreme behavior and their destructive tendencies, that it's just kind of like, it's like, it's affecting your kid's life at this point. You know what I mean? Like, it's affecting your friendships. It's affecting your business relationships. Whatever this like destructive energy is that you're dealing with, I feel like it's just like, okay, well, that's starting to touch me now, and I need to just, you know, like, see it all for what it is so that I can see my way out. I mean, that's just been really big in my Scorpio reads for a while now. It's just like seeing your way out, finding your way out, digging your way out. Get me out, right? I don't want to be locked in the judgment of people who are just really bad judges. And I think there are lots of people who would agree with that. The Five of Swords. And then over here we have the Ace of Cups, the Three of Wands, the Knight of Swords, Temperance, Queen of Pentacles, Three of Wands, Two of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, and the Chariot. Well, I mean, it does kind of get it, like, there's definitely a vibe of traveling, of new beginnings. It could be that maybe you're just like taking a trip for the weekend, but this feels like a, you know, like I'm traveling, I'm moving, I'm progressing past this energy of destruction into an energy that allows for opportunity and growth. You have the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and Temperance as well. And I just kind of feel like, you know, there's again that call to action, that movement, that partnership that really just like brings things into balance. Because when you're working with people who are not just on some shit, right? Who want to put everyone else down so that they can feel good about themselves, and to the point where they will just literally make shit up, to the point where you just don't even want to fuck with those people because you're like, yo. I don't know, because if somebody feels comfortable doing that to you and they don't even really know you, like, imagine what they would do to you if they felt comfortable with you. The Knight of Wands, the King of Wands, Shadow Dance, Page of Cups, Four of Pentacles. You guys, we had the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands in the Cancer read. I mean, there's partnership here for sure. You know, I just kind of, hold on. Okay, so sorry. I kind of get the feeling that it's something that's new. Something that I think you've been, you know, the Page of Cups, the Knight of Wands. I mean, this is somebody who's focused, somebody who's ready. The Shadow Dance, I don't know. I mean, this is like envy and jealousy. And honestly, I just kind of feel like that's half of what you have to let go. Like, that's half of what, like, it will never be okay. You know, is that energy of envy and jealousy, because energy of envy and jealousy is malicious. One more time for my people in the back. You know what I mean? So it's important to really create a safe space with people who are going to not be intimidated by you, but people who are going to be at your level, pushing themselves while you push yourself. You know what I mean? I just think, like, I feel really, really blessed in life right now, honestly. Like, I have made some, like, amazing friends and met some beautiful people, and just feel like so very, very blessed. And I have so much fun, you know, like, we do Saturday morning yoga, and it's like, we're struggling through some of these poses that we can't get yet, but we're building our strength, we're doing the things, you know what I mean? And it's not like competitive and malicious, you know, like we all have our directions we want to go, you know what I mean? And I just kind of feel like there's this, like, we all have our directions that we want to go, but, like, can you see how important it is and how interconnected it is when people's energies are envious and malicious, that they are destructive. I just feel like, does that make sense to you? Like, do you get that? Are we here with this? You know, because I kind of get the feeling that you're talking to somebody who is just like in deep. The Queen of Cups. Ace of Cups. Judgment. Yeah, it does though. It just kind of feels like, do you understand? Why that will never be okay. And really and truly, that doesn't have anything to do with, because people, in like the most generic of terms, are usually pretty dope. You know what I mean? Like, people have stories, they have, you know, like different ways that they grew up and different life experiences that they've had, people who travel, people who have different levels of education. You know what I mean? Like, there are so many people in this world who are just like hella interesting. And I just kind of feel like I don't know, almost an encouragement, like just like attempt to, you know, like to engage with interesting people and do things that push you as an individual, and don't allow yourself to be swept up in like the dramatic energies of other people. You know, like don't you see how that negatively affects not only you, but the people in your life, or the direction that you are able to go in life, you know? This really does feel like a company that keeps you type of like, do you understand why though? Do you understand how like even if that's not you and you're not the one doing that, like that's the only energy you can exist in, because that's the only energy you're ever surrounded in. You know, and I just kind of feel like it's not anybody's job to coddle the energy of, you know, like melodramatic, emotionally stunted people. And that's not me hating anybody. That's just me, like, that is not my job. You know? The shadow. Let's not end on the shadow. The castle. Yeah, I don't know. It does. It feels like there's just this idea of like, that, like, the castle, people are like, oh wow, a castle, that's amazing, that's magnificent, but it's cold and it's drafty, and like nobody feels cozy, and you know, like you echo down the hall, and so it feels, you feel somehow like simultaneously exposed and like yet barricaded in, you know? I don't know, it just feels like this. That is not an energy that will ever be welcome. And if you can't understand that, and you can't have a conversation with somebody about that, then you have to close those doors. And it could be that you're closing those doors. It could be that you're dealing with somebody and you're like, I really wish that you would do that, like for yourself, you know, like, but you know, like obviously you do you, you know, or if somebody's saying that to you and they're like, you're doing those things and I can't do them, and you know, like however it plays out for you as an individual. But it's definitely been a lot of heavy energy for my Scorps. I think that you're moving through it, you know, like it's just the Scorpio way. But you know, I think that whilst you move through, you are, you know, like kind of saying to some people along the way, like, but does it make sense to you now? I don't know. I don't know if it will make sense to everybody, honestly. And if it doesn't make sense to them, that's okay. You know, like they are on their journey, right? And other people's journey is not our own. And if you're experiencing a level of separation in a relationship because people are making decisions where you're like, I don't understand why you don't see how this is affecting everyone else, and that it's like, it's literally not my job to deal with it. And if that's what you want to deal with, if, you know, then live in a world that operates on jealousy, envy, and destructive, malicious behaviors. I just feel like that's just not for me. Scorps. If this does resonate with you, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me, for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes so far. So super appreciate y'all. Thank you so much again for being here with me, and I will see y'all again soon. Bye.